and welcome to 1923 Main Street, where pavement, powder, and perfect swells combine with travel style every week. I am your host, Mike Belobradic, and today, what should you wear for your first time snowboarding? I'm going to do a little quick guide for you, whether you are about to take your first snowboarding lesson, or go out on your first day, or if you are taking somebody out on their first day, they may want to know what should they be wearing. So let me break it down for you so that at least you're starting the day on the right foot, so to speak. Let's jump right in. Obviously, waterproof outerwear. This is your first line of defense. You'll be spending a lot of time in the snow, falling, sitting, strapping in, laying down to rest, and hopefully some time up as well, riding and learning. But waterproof gear is essential. It will keep you dry and comfortable all day. We don't want people going out in jeans and other jackets. Dress correctly and at least have some comfort while you have a little discomfort until you get up and riding. Let's start with snow pants. Look for pants really that are designed specifically for snowboarding. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy all this gear, and you certainly don't have to go buy expensive gear, but whether you can beg, borrow, or wear somebody else's, you don't have to run out and buy top-tier brands. Please don't when you're just learning. But you want to look for a waterproof rating of 10,000 millimeters or higher. And waterproof ratings, without going into a lot of detail, are based on the amount of sort of pressure pushing water through something, how quickly it'll leak water. So 10,000 or higher is good for a lot of time in the snow. Tape seams will block moisture. Reinforced cuffs are good for durability. And most importantly, you don't want them too baggy, but you do want to have room to bend, twist, and yes, fall. And possibly a little extra room for padding. I'll get into that a little bit more later. So make sure your pants are up to snuff. And same thing, your snowboard jacket. A good jacket keeps snow out and lets the heat escape. That's the key thing here. So a few features to look for in a good jacket to wear for your first time snowboarding. Obviously, again, waterproof but breathable. Even if it's a shell on a nice warm day if you're going. The snow will be not as good, but you don't want to overheat. So underarm zips for ventilation, and a style possibly that's slightly longer, not a bomber style, so you can stop snow from getting in when you're sitting or falling on day one or day two. Gloves and mitts, really the choice is yours, but you want to keep your hands warm and dry, of course. They will be in the snow constantly. You'll be learning how to strap in, unstrap, push yourself up, catch yourself in falls, wipe tears away. No, just kidding on that one. But when it comes to quality mitts or gloves, you want to look for warmth, obviously, and dexterity, right? Because you do need to undo straps and do straps up and adjust things on yourself as you're learning. So, wrist straps, maybe not a bad idea. If you have those, you'll feel a little bit like a little kid, but they will keep your gloves or mitts with you if you need to take them off to get your fingers on something. What you want to avoid are cotton or knit, anything that's going to trap or catch the snow on them and get really wet. Next item that I will say is a non-negotiable, I would highly recommend, is a helmet. Honestly, I still cringe when I see people out of any level on the hill with no head protection. It only takes one fall. I've seen it. I used to patrol, and sometimes isn't even you falling. Someone else can crash into you. It just makes so much sense. Wear a helmet. Modern proper snowboarding helmets are great. They keep you warm. There's all sorts of fancy things in them now. You don't need a hat underneath. In fact, that sometimes makes it worse. But whatever you do, do not wear your bike helmet or anything like that. Snowboard helmets are specifically built for cold, moisture, and impact. And I would say that is a must-have item, especially on your first day. Goggles. Now, snowboard goggles, I would say, are optional on your first day. It really depends on the weather to some degree. If it's snowing and you may bother you to have snow in your eyes, then sure, maybe get or borrow goggles. And it also depends on your personal comfort with goggles. Some people don't like them. And if you are going to be bothered by wearing goggles, then that may work against you when you're trying to focus and concentrate on learning. You know yourself best, but if you have goggles or you can borrow some and you feel like you want to wear them, throw them in your bag, keep them up on your helmet. You don't always have to pull them down. They do help you see the snow better if you have the right lenses and the right light, but I would say that is not a mandatory item compared to some of these other things, so consider that an optional. Next up, which you may want to consider, is snowboard crash padding. When I talked about extra space in your snowboard pants earlier, this is what I was talking about. This is the secret advantage that no one will see, but you can have if you are prone to bruising or falling. And listen, on your first day snowboarding, there's no question. You're going to fall. You're going to catch an edge hard. You're going to fall on your butt. You're going to fall on your knees. You're going to fall all sorts of ways. So you will fall on your first day, a lot probably, and that's okay. It's part of learning. It will be hard, but practice how to fall before you even get up on the hill. This sounds silly, but learning how to fall properly in snowboarding will save you a lot of things, like fractured wrists or really badly bruised tailbones. A qualified instructor is a really, really good thing to have. Even if you just do a couple hours or a half day on your first day, they will teach you how to fall as part of this lesson. And it sounds like a joke, but it is not. Keeping your arms in when you fall and avoiding injury will go a long way for your entire time snowboarding. So start out right, and that'll set you on the right path. Now, let's get back to padding. There is some pretty cool padding made by some of the big brands. The butt padding sort of fits on like, big underwear, and there's padding on the back, and it's that material that is really soft and pliable until there's impact, and then it hardens and protects you. They're impact shorts. They prevent your tailbone or butt area from getting bruised. Really good. They go under your snowboard pants. No one will know you have them, but they're a really good device to have and preventing a lot of bruising and soreness. Similarly, wrist guards, highly recommended. Beginners instinctively put their hands out when they're falling, which can lead to broken wrists. So wrist guards will help you prevent sprains and fractures and everything nasty. These are two of the most common first day injuries of snowboarders, by the way. So if you have skateboarding wrist guards or any kind of those, hard wrist guards, do yourself a favor and wear them. And this is where you may want to consider gloves and mitts. Sometimes it's easier to fit those in mitts. Just make sure they do fit comfortably inside your mitts or gloves. But I would highly recommend those guards as well. And, dress for the weather, because snowboarding is surprisingly physical, even on your first day. Even though you may not be speeding down the hill or carving hard, you are working hard when you're learning. You're going to feel it. And you'll get hot and sweaty from repeatedly falling down, standing up, practicing turns, and so on. Even if you're slip sliding sideways down the hill, you're going to get tired. So we did a post on layering earlier. I'll link to it in the blog post for this. But get a layering system in place with a base layer, mid, outer layer, so that you can adjust during the day. If you're too warm, open some vents or remove the mid layer. If you're too cold, you can add a neck warmer or glove liners or whatever else it is. But consider if it's a warm day or ultra cold day and layer accordingly, and always account for you. What are you going to do if you get too hot? Those are the essentials, I would say. Now, in addition to those, there's some other things to think about on your first day snowboarding. Snowboard socks, you may want to bring an extra pair. You probably won't need them, but get socks that fit good inside boots. Snowboard socks or ski socks are made to be moisture wicking and to slide in and out of boots easily. I mentioned a neck warmer or buff, and a beanie or toque. I do not recommend wearing these under helmets. I know some people do, but you may want one during breaks when you take your helmet off if you're cold. So throw that in your bag as well. And again, definitely consider taking a lesson. It's the fastest and safest way to learn snowboarding and enjoy the process. Proper technique from day one goes a long way. Skip the bad habits. It is the best investment you can make on your first day on the mountain, in my opinion. And if you have a friend do it, it's great as long as the friend is skilled and will be patient and isn't the kind of friend who's going to go, yeah, just do this, and then they jump on a lift and you don't see them for 2 hours because they want to cruise around and not spend time on the bunny hill with you. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts for what to consider for your outfit for your first day of snowboarding. It's an awesome sport. It's unforgettable. I know you're going to love it. So love it even more by starting out the right way with waterproof outerwear, padding, and smart layering, and you will be good to go. Enjoy your day and tell us how it went. We love to hear from everyone. Thanks, everyone. As always, follow along on social media at 1923 Main Street. Visit us in the shop at 1923mainstreet.com. We'll see you again next week. And as always, roam freely and ride boldly.